The Post is directed by Steven Spielberg and it stars Tom Hanks and Meryl Streep, what a cast, along with like so many other great actors. And this movie is about the Washington Post, which at that time wasn't very big. And they get some information. They get their hands on some information, some classified top secret information from the government, from the White House regarding the Vietnam War. And these are sort of life-changing secrets. And the movie is basically about whether or not they release this information, whether or not they publish this information to the public and let the public know about it. Because if they do, then that's great, but that also means that they could be in trouble from, the White House and the government. And this film has obviously been pretty hyped up because, it's been nominated for tons of awards. Whether or not it gets nominated for Oscars is yet, we've yet to see. But, it's a great cast, it's a great director, it's everyone working on this film is just so great. And so I was very, very excited to go to see this film. And after having seen The Post, I have to say that The Post is a film, I feel like the best way to describe this movie is the type of film that your teacher would show you on like the last day of term, like when they run out of things to teach you and it's, nearly Christmas or whatever. And it's like, oh yeah, I'll just put on a movie and they put on The Post because this is a super informative, important and very relevant film. Freedom of speech and, women and how they are treated in the workplace, because one of the main themes of this film is Meryl Streep and how her character is constantly being looked down upon by, men. And, it's just a really important film. So I guess we should just start talking about Steven Spielberg as the directing, I guess. Spielberg shows us again that he is beyond talented. And he will always be one of the greatest filmmakers of all time. Because this is a super well-directed film. The camera work here by Janusz Kaminski, the cinematographer, is great. I mean, this is some of the most crazy camera work we've seen in a Spielberg movie. It's insane because the camera work is so good and it's always moving. It gives the film a sense of energy that you otherwise wouldn't have. The score here by John Williams, there isn't much of one because there's like barely any music in the movie, but when there is, it's really good. The performances, I mean, Tom Hanks is great, Meryl Streep is great, and I love that the themes and stuff that they explore with the characters, and they're playing real life people. The character work here is really, really good. The performances are obviously great. I mean, it's Tom Hanks and Meryl Streep. Whether or not they win the Oscars or get nominated, that's another thing because, it's Tom Hanks and Meryl Streep and, they're already super respected. And I just feel like, they should kind of give the opportunity for nominations for, up-and-coming people. But yeah, no, the rest of the performances are great as well. Bob Odenkirk, Carrie Coon, Bruce Greenwood. It's brilliant performances throughout. I have to say, though, that my biggest problem with The Post is that a lot of it feels kind of like these famous people, these super successful and respected people are working in their comfort zone. At no point in the movie did I feel like they were trying to do something new here, something different, in terms of the filmmaking. And, you kind of have Tom Hanks and Meryl Streep giving really great performances, but they're kind of, just playing Tom Hanks and playing Meryl Streep. And also, I have to say that the first half of this movie is pretty boring. Once they get their hands on the classified information, that's when the movie gets, like, super interesting, super energetic. The first half, I would say, it's a bit dead. It's a little bit dead. But after saying that, this is still a super important film for two reasons. Number one being that Steven Spielberg basically made this film in like 6 months. He gathered Tom Hanks, Meryl Streep, and the rest of the great cast and made a film in about 6 months. That is insane. That is just, I respect him so much for that level of efficiency and that level of dedication and focus is insane. The second reason this is an important film is because a lot of the stuff that this film has to say relates a lot to what, is going on in our lives, going on in the world right now. And I do feel that it deserves the love that it is getting from awards and a lot of critics. And I still think that this is, despite its flaws, a very, very important film and a very, very good one. And I'm going to give The Post a B+. Guys, thank you very, very much for watching. I believe on Tuesday, the Oscar nominations are coming out, so I'm very excited to react to those like I did last year. If you'll recall, I had a bit of a freak out multiple times last year. Shit, fuck, shit, why? Suicide Squad, oh my!
And
Amy
Meryl Streep.
What the fuck?
Foster Jenkins.
What the fuck? But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you go see The Post. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you.